Despite what your real estate agent may tell you, chances are that you don't need a $1 million house with a massive backyard in the back, a large pool, 7 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, and a movie room. However, what you do need is a roof over your head, so long as the space isn't too much of an issue. Then you may be interested in joining the tiny house revolution. Here are the top 15 tiny homes that will blow your mind. Number 15. The KODA Loft Micro. If you've always dreamed of living in an above-ground concrete bunker, then the KODA Loft Micro is the house for you. Made by the Estonian company KODA, these homes are essentially small steel cubes that are nothing if not stylish. Coming in at 28.8 square meters and weighing in at 10 tons, they have a steel frame with a wooden exterior and can be transported by crane and placed nearly anywhere. Each comes with a fully working mechanical, electrical, and plumbing utility, and has furnishings such as a built-in fridge, fully equipped bathroom, and comfortable sleeping area in the cube's loft. All of these furnishings complement the very well laid out floor plan, which has a small terrace, a good-sized living room with high ceilings at the front of the house, a kitchen and a bathroom at the back, and a loft bedroom above the kitchen and bathroom. And while pricing is dependent on where you live and how many extras you add, this certainly is a stylish option for the modern minimalist. Number 14. The Macy Miller. Oftentimes, members of the miniature home community will take things into their own hands in regards to building their pint-sized property, and Macy Miller was no exception. Hailing from Boise, Idaho, in 2014 she traded her 2,500 square foot residence for a 196 square foot home she built herself after dealing with a long and complex foreclosure settlement. Now, the house itself is beautiful, and it features a wooden exterior, a host of high-tech appliances, a lofted king-size bed, and a clean and modern all-white look. Yet despite all of these features, she spent just $11,500 constructing it, with the most expensive piece being, of all things, the $2,000 compost toilet that was added mainly because it uses little to no water. As a result, because she owns her tiny home outright, she only has to pay the rent for the land it sits on, making this an extremely economical option. Therefore, Macy Miller's home just goes to show that living in a tiny home can be a great choice for those that want to save some serious cash. Number 13. The Quay House. More famously known as the smallest house in Great Britain, the Quay House, which is located in Conway, Wales, is the only property on this list that can actually be considered to be too small. You see, the minuscule manor was first built in the 16th century and had people living inside of it until the year 1900. This is because during this year, 6-foot 3-inch tall tenant Robert Jones, who was too tall to even stand up inside of its rooms, was forced to move out when the council declared the house unfit for human habitation. And in all honesty, considering that this 2-story home is only 3.05 meters by 1.8 meters, it's not hard to see their point. Nowadays, Robert's descendants have kept it and run it as a local tourist attraction, with daily tours being held so that visitors can have a glimpse of this pint-sized property. Number 12. The $1 Million Shack. While many of the entries on this list are relatively cheap, this tiny shack in Toronto shows just how high housing prices have become in Canada's most desirable city. Located near the popular neighborhood of Little Italy, this 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom property is advertised as a, quote, rare detached bungalow located in the heart of Toronto. And while this may be true, it certainly is less than impressive. After all, the outside and backyard aren't in the best shape, and the interior, while modern, isn't exactly filled with luxury appliances. As a result, due to it also having a detached 2-car garage, it has an insanely high asking price of $1 million. And although this may seem insane to many, considering that real estate market is as hot as it is, there's a pretty good chance that it will sell sooner rather than later. Number 11. Ultra Modern Mansion. While many of the houses on this list are kind of cramped, this tall yet slim addition is proof that a tiny house can still be somewhat spacious. Crafted by Lisa and Matt Hobbs of New South Wales, Australia, it comes in at an incredibly thin 2.5 meters by 9 meters, but has a high ceiling that gives it a very lofty feel. With its all-black exterior, high-tech appliances, and sharp edges, it certainly does have a very modern look to it. And it even has a number of very interesting personal touches, with the most notable of all being a cat run out on the back, which gives their much-loved pet some space to play safely from the house. Best of all, despite its tall height, it can technically be relocated anywhere. However, its high ceilings mean that quite a few additional permits would be necessary in order to do so. Regardless, this amazing abode is a true testament to the fact that space and style should never have to compromise for one another. Number 10. The Glen Bunsen House. Coined as the smallest house in the world, the Glen Bunsen House, which has been called a quote, dog crate on steroids by the Boston Times, is truly an exercise in extreme minimalism. Although technically not the world's smallest home, at 25 square feet, it comes pretty darn close. And it has many of the amenities that you'd expect in a regular home, with the exception that everything is extremely compressed. For example, the Glen Bunsen house has home essentials such as a sink, a shower, a gas stove, and a solid waste system. To add a little flair, it also has a wind turbine and gray water system, which waters the flower boxes where Glen Bunsen grows arugula. Yet best of all, the house is extremely portable, and it not only has wheels but can fit inside the trunk of a regular-sized van, meaning that it can allow you to set up shop anywhere and everywhere. Best of all, if you like to experience life inside this pint-sized property, you can in fact rent it out on Airbnb. And although it comes in at a reasonable price of $55, the cost per square foot is definitely much higher than almost everything else on the market. Number 9. Tiny but techy. While most tiny homeowners are willing to sacrifice some modern-day conveniences in exchange for more storage area, Nationwide Marketing Group's 34 square meter high-tech tiny home turns this idea on its head. Built by the tiny homemaking company Perch and Nest in August of 2019 at a price of $125,000, it stands apart due to it having $25,000 worth of tech inside of it. In particular, it's stocked to the rim with GE appliances, as it has a GE profile refrigerator, range, hood, and stack washer dryer unit. All of these appliances are controlled via the GE Hub touch panel, with said panel being also used to control the home's GE smart lighting. In addition to all of this tech, the home also features Philips Hue strip lighting, Google Nest security cameras, a Google Nest Hub voice control, an LG 55-inch display, a Sonos soundbar and subwoofer, and Klipsch indoor-outdoor speakers. When you further consider that all of this can then be brought from place to place thanks to the home's movability, this just goes to show that high-tech luxuries can follow you wherever you go if you choose to travel in a decked-out tiny home. We are constantly adding more people to the Top 5's production team to bring you all the best content. Be sure to subscribe with notifications on and hit the like button. Number 8. The Seelenkiste. If you happen to be in Germany and would like to purchase a simple yet functional house, look no further than the Seelenkiste. Translating to soul box in German, it's made by a small design studio called Alle Guten Dinge, and is intended to be used as a retreat from the hustle and bustle of everyday life. In terms of its materials, it's made with wooden frames that are clad from the outside with glass fiber and reinforced plastic panels, and as a result, it can be easily transported and built in practically any location. Yet what really sets it apart is its 3-story design, as it features a living room on the ground floor, an elevated bedroom on the second floor, and a small study space with a desk on the top floor, with the entire interior featuring lightwood cabinets and shelves. To top this off, the designers chose to make the structure have no windows, with it instead having an adjustable opening that can be opened or closed at will depending on the weather. As a result, if you want a boutique and minimalist home that will allow you to relax in style, then the Seelenkiste is certainly a superb selection. Number 7. The Nolia Cabin. If you want to go camping without having to worry about bugs, bears, or broken tent poles, then the Nolia Cabin is for you. Located on the Finnish island of Valsaari, which is just southeast of the capital of Helsinki, it's a holiday home made by boutique designer Robert Falk. Named Nolla after the Finnish word for zero, the mobile cabin is built to be the ultimate environmentally friendly zero-emission getaway. Regarding its materials, it's made with sustainable products such as local pine and plywood, and it has A-frame glass windows to give guests a view akin to opening the flaps of a tent. Interestingly enough, its energy supply is entirely renewable, as the cabin's electricity is generated by solar panels, while the stove runs on renewable diesel created from waste and residue. However, this means that some modern luxuries such as running water and an indoor toilet are not present. However, this hasn't stopped tourists from booking the Nolia Cabin in droves, and it's reportedly almost impossible to get a booking for it on Airbnb. Yet due to its simple materials, Falk insists a similar type of design can really be built anywhere, and that its lightweight qualities mean that it can even be transported from place to place. As a result, we wouldn't be surprised if more of these minimalistic getaways are created in the near future. Number 6. The Matchbox. Generally speaking, tiny homes are an enticing option for those paying high rents. and Jay Austen was a perfect example of someone who decided to go and follow this trend. An artist from Washington, D.C., he was tired of paying over $1,200 in rent for an apartment he didn't even like, so in 2012 he decided to go off the grid and make his own little piece of paradise. Dubbed the Matchbox, life inside of it was tough at first. He moved into the home even before he had installed basic amenities such as heating, electricity, or running water. However, after about a year and a half, he finally completed the space, which despite it being just 13 square meters, had everything from a comfortable loft bed to an induction burner powered by solar panels. Best of all, due to it being built on wheels, this house could travel anywhere, meaning that he could pick up and go whenever he pleased. However, this story unfortunately has a sad ending, as he and his girlfriend were actually killed by ISIS militants in 2018 after being captured while they were biking through Tajikistan. As a result, it goes without saying that both of them will truly be missed. Number 5. The Drina Riverhouse. While a house on the water may be the dream of many, the Drina Riverhouse takes this to a whole new level. Located in the Drina River in Serbia, it sits atop a set of stilts that sit atop a large rock in the middle of the waterway, giving it a stunning yet very precarious position on top of the river. Now, the first rendition of the house was made all the way back in 1968, when a group of local boys created it as a fun summer project. Yet by the fall, the river had washed away their simple wooden cabin. Regardless, ever since, locals had teamed up to ensure that a cabin is always present on this rock. And as a result, the current hut is the 7th rendition of the structure, as the previous 6 had been washed away by the river. Now, the river house began to catch the attention of people outside Serbia in 1994, when an annual regatta down the river was started, as the regatta's path went directly besides this house. This led to it gaining more and more traction until a picture of the precarious placed property earned a spot as one of the photos of the month in the August 2012 edition of National Geographic, which then led to extensive media coverage of the cabin. Today, however, the Drina Riverhouse is a privately owned vacation home that can no longer be visited, and primarily stands as a testament to the hard work and perseverance of the local people. Regardless, so long as you're willing to run the risk of your home floating away, we'd suggest building one of your own in a waterway closer to home. Number 4. The Quay House. While there are certainly several slim houses out there, the Quay House holds the Guinness World Record for officially being the narrowest house in the world. Located in Poland's capital city of Warsaw, it was designed and completed in 2012 by Jakub Stensty of the Polish architectural firm Centrala after the idea was presented as an artistic concept during the Wola Art Festival in 2009. Regarding its size, it measures in at 152 centimeters at its widest and a staggeringly small 92 centimeter at its thinnest, with its total floor area coming in at a measly 14 square meters. As a result, it looks more like a glass brick than an actual apartment from the outside. Yet the inside of this structure is not short of any modern amenities. That's because despite its minuscule 2-story layout, it squeezes in a bedroom, kitchen, bathroom, and living area, with everything being connected by a ladder rather than a normal staircase. It lets in light via both 2 non-opening windows and translucent glass panels that make up the walls, and it takes all of its electricity from a neighboring building. And to top this off, with almost everything inside being painted white and with almost every appliance being top of the line, it surely is a stylish place to stay. Yet what is perhaps most interesting of all is that the Quay House functions as a home for traveling writers and artists when they visit the city. You see, the name for the building actually comes from an Israeli author and filmmaker by the name of Etgar Keret, as he led the commission for the house and was its first resident. As a result, the residence is supposed to always be housing artistic individuals like him. However, that doesn't mean that the Quay House doesn't come at a steep price. After all, considering that it costs 2,500 euros for a 10-night stay, and that all artistic work has to be shown upon the completion of the residency, it's clear that this property is only suitable for the most serious artists out there. Number 3. Minimaliste Homes. While many of the entries on this list were custom built, if you're not exactly one of the handiest people out there, then tiny houses offered by Minimaliste Homes may be for you. That's because this firm, which is based in Quebec, Canada, creates small houses on wheels based on stylish yet pre-made models. Although they offer a grand total of 14 different models, the Sequoia stands apart for being the smallest and cheapest of them all. Coming in at just 16 square meters, this pint-sized property comes in at a pretty reasonable price of $67,000 US. And because it was the company's first ever model, it has served as their prototype for all their designs that have come afterwards. Interestingly enough, it's a 2-story home and features a living room, kitchen, bathroom, and loft bedroom. Now, the living room is perhaps the most interesting part of the house, as it has folding tables that allow the space to be arranged for different purposes, and floor storage that allows for extra space. The kitchen features modern stainless steel countertops and has the bathroom close by in order to use the space efficiently. Yet the highlight of the house is definitely the loft bedroom, as it not only has a large and comfortable bed, but also 2 awning windows can be left open in order to more easily ventilate the house. As a result, despite its small size, the Sequoia certainly makes good use of the space that it does have at its disposal. Best of all, when you further consider that many additional aspects such as floor heating, skylights, and custom materials can be added, this tiny house really distinguishes itself as a simple yet stylish option. Number 2. Tiny Smart House. If you're looking for a small home that won't break the bank, then you can't ask for much more, or should we say much less, than the designs offered by Tiny Smart House. Located in Albany, Oregon, the company stands apart for not only selling small houses, but if you're a budget buyer, for also selling simple shells and even building plans for those that don't want to pay for a full package. Take their flagship California Cabin as an example. Now, in and of itself, it is a beautiful yet small home, coming in a size as small as a standard trailer in regards to length and width. It features an all-wooden interior that has living space, kitchen, bathroom, and loft bedroom. Now, the kitchen is probably the most impressive room of them all, as it comes with not only a 3-burner propane range, but 8 linear feet of painted cabinets, acacia butcher block countertop, and a drop-in double-bowl stainless steel sink, and a one-handle pull-down stainless steel faucet. It also has a great loft bedroom that it can either fit a large bed or, if desired, can instead be used for storage space. Best of all, with electrical, lighting, plumbing, and heating systems throughout, it really has everything you'd expect from a luxury home. And with a staggering price of $52,475 for the basic version, it really is an economical option. Of course, despite this relatively modest price tag, this is of course a big expense for many. And as a result, the firm has gotten crafty in order to keep the business of less high-ticket clients. That's because they also sell more budget-friendly options of the exact same cabin. For example, if you'd like the shell and no appliances, you can opt to pay just $26,238 for the home. And if you'd like to go out on a limb and build everything yourself, they sell detailed building plans of it for just $495. As a result, it's clear that Tiny Smart House really has products for every price range. Number 1. The Micro Mansion. As far as tiny homes go, literally nothing can even come close to the cramped quarters offered by this micro mansion. That's because at just 20 micrometers long, this house is, as put by the team who created it, quote, not even able to accommodate a mite. Now, to put its small size in perspective, it measures less than the width of a human hair and was made from a layer of silica set on the tip of an optical fiber. This was done using a device known as the Robotex platform, which combined a dual scanning electron microscope with a focused ion beam, a gas injection system, and a tiny maneuverable robot in order to make each aspect of the house. Built inside of the scanning electron microscope's vacuum chamber, the assembly process itself was somewhat similar to the art of origami, with the focused ion beam and robot being used to make cuts and folds in order to create the home. Thanks to all of this precision, the result was a surprisingly realistic-looking home, as it had 4 walls, a door, windows, a tiled roof, and even a small chimney. However, while the creation of this house really was just for fun, the team hopes that in the future, this Robotex platform's technology can be used in the medical field to help detect and destroy viruses. That's all we have for you today, everyone, and thank you all for watching. Let us know in the comments down below which tiny home you thought was the most impressive. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and smash the notification button so that you never miss out on any of our latest content. Until next time.